All right, be honest. When you think of the word self-care, or the what do you call it, a combo word, two-part word. What do you call self-care? What is that when two words are hyphenated word? Hyphenated, two words. When you think of self-care, do you think of the word selfish? No? Well, y'all are evolved. I hate the word self-care. I think about bubble baths and getting your nails done and going to the beach for a weekend, an Instagram post of your lovely life. We have a very self-care society right now, right? Where it's like, oh, look at me getting my $7 coffee every morning. Like, look at me. I just can't work today because I just really need to care for myself. Like, I have so many negative connotations coming from a farm family, right? Where you work all the time, no matter what. I was just telling my coworker today, I don't think I've taken a sick day in 3 years. Like, I don't even know that that's a thing. But I do know that self-care is imperative, and I think there's a different way that you could think about it. But before I show you that, first I want you to think about, do you only practice self-care when you're at your breaking point? If so, that's not self-care. That's called collapse, right? I do that too. I work. If I'm not at work, I do really, really physical work on my farm. So if anybody calls me on a Sunday and says, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm laying in bed watching Netflix, that means I've collapsed. That means I'm not just saying like, oh, I'll sleep in today, and that means I physically can't go anymore, and my body has just said, get in the bed. That's not self-care. Sometimes I find myself also allowing myself self-care if I earn it. Anybody done that before? Yep. Yes, I'm going to do that face mask tonight, but only after I do the dishes and answer all the emails and make sure that the lunches are packed tomorrow and I have washed my bed sheets. You just put like 15 extra things in front of it to be able to earn that, right? That's been modeled for us, many of us in our histories with generations that have come before us. For those of you who are from the South, I can tell you there's the idolification of the martyr woman, right? Oh, she just did for others. All you ever saw her do was cook for others, or she'd go over and talk to grandmama, all right? And now you think of the physical picture in your mind of that woman, right? She's usually overweight. She's usually crunched over, right? She's got her own physical stuff, right? Like you can see the manifestations in the women who have cared too much for others and done very little care for themselves. And yet they're kind of idolized. So it's very hard to work against that. However, let's change it. If you reimagine self-care as self-preservation, that has a different connotation. There's a difference there in understanding that self-care isn't an option to get to when you can. It is a part of your daily need to be able to show up for yourself and others in the way that you want to be the best version of yourself you can be. What I have found for myself in terms of self-care is that I need to make sure that I have my foot in one or two of these domains of self-care practices. So for me, it sounds crazy, but financial self-care is a big thing for me. Like when I get like busy or stressed out, it makes me feel good to sit down and do my bills when I have money, which I used to have a little bit more of. This year as a caretaker with no second income, that has not been my happy place anymore. Paying my bills. My boyfriend who grew up poor is always like, you're that crazy person that gets her mail and opens it. Who does that? I'm like, why wouldn't you want to know the due date of your bills? He was like, because you don't have any money to pay them. I'm like, why do you want to know that? I'm like, oh, I get that now. I learned that this year, what that feels like. But I know that I need to diversify. For me, so much of what makes me happy is being outside. And my self-care and my self-preservation literally means that when I stop work on my computer, sitting at home, I change into my boots, put my hair in braids, and I walk out my back door into my backyard where I might spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, or 5 hours, depending on how much energy I have. It doesn't cost me anything. I don't have to go anywhere. If I need to change my plan, I can, because I've created a self-care practice that is accessible. It doesn't mean that I have to have money. I don't even have to have a car that works. I can literally feed my soul in that way. However, I can't do that when I'm on the road. Right? I travel all the time. Corey knows. Like, I'll be gone for the next 3 months on the road. I can't walk into my backyard. If I only had one domain of self-care, then I'd be in trouble. So instead, I've really trying to build in more of the mental, more journaling, more reading. That's what I tell myself. I take my sewing on the road now. Oh, I'm going to sew while I'm on the road. Oh, this is when I'm going to get my reading done. Oh, I'm going to make all the phone calls to all the friends I avoid when I'm at home all the time, because now I'm sitting in a hotel room. I'm going to catch up with everybody. Like, try to readjust so that I always have a mechanism in which I can find my decompression. Again, a lot of different options for ways that people can pursue their needs. I want to just point to this one. Seek and accept help from others. Hopefully this is a skill that you continue to learn. When somebody calls me and says, can I drop off dinner? They don't even finish. I'm like, yes, please. Thank you. That'd be excellent. Yep, I don't even have a sniffle, but you got extra soup, I'll take it. That'll change my whole night. I don't have to think about anything. And then also, I want to say disconnect from social media. I just want to highlight that one. I am only hooked up to one social media. I only have Facebook. That was part of my self-preservation, is getting out of everything else. But when I'm on social media, first thing in the morning, I roll over, get my phone, turn off the alarm, and start looking. Last thing at night, I look. During the day, I never look at social media. I'm too busy doing life to record it and post it. But then I really kind of evaluated that. I'm like, what am I putting in my brain first thing in the morning, Am I raising my anxiety level? Like, you think that you're just like checking in on the world, but the world is crazy. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the world is crazy. There's rarely something I'm going to scroll that's going to make me feel super hopeful first thing in the morning. And that's what I'm trying to hold on to. So I know sometimes social media, though it does feel like a connection space, can sometimes be a space that inadvertently overwhelms you. So it's just good to take note of that too.